What is good, YouTube, man? Today I'm back with you guys, with the nation, for another video, man. And today I got us some news. I'm sure you guys already seen it, but I want to give you guys my aspect and my point of view from it. But before I get into today's video, you already know I have to give a big shout out to my boy IC Nate, yet again coming through with a great looking thumbnail. So please go check his YouTube page out. It's at IC_Nate. Instagram, Raiders.rhythm, I believe. So please go check him out on Instagram. Go give him a sub on YouTube and show him that Raider love, man. But as you can see by the title, as you can see by the thumbnail, I'm gonna be talking about some guys, man. So today, as you know, this is the final day. The Raiders do need, just like every other team in the league, they do need to cut their roster down from 85 to 80 players. Now, I was pretty surprised with some of the players that we waived today / cut. A little bit disappointing with some of them, and one of them kind of unexpected, honestly. One of them was actually pretty unexpected, in my opinion. And I'll start off with that one. The first one that's pretty unexpected, in my opinion, is Darius Stills. He's a guy that he played in the last preseason game that we just had against the Rams. He looked pretty good, in my opinion. He was getting pressure. Hand movement was looking violent. Get off was looking good. He just didn't get too much play time. I know he does have a club on his hand. I'm not sure if that led to the decision, but they did waive him. But they could just put him on IR, but that would end his season. Now, another guy they got waived, yet again, played in the Rams game, had a pretty big game, had a pretty big catch. Marcel Aitman, he was waived. That one, a little, not too confusing, but just a little bit. But I understand this room, this wide receiver room is very packed. I don't see him making an impact in the wide receiver room. And he's not as versatile as others to play on special teams. In my personal opinion, I would have thought that it would have been a guy like Keelan Doss before him. But it is what it is. Now, we did release veteran cornerback. This one was very confusing, seeing that, in my opinion, he had a very good game against the Rams. I thought that he did very good. And that was veteran cornerback, ex-Panther, ex-Eagle, Super Bowl champion, Rasul Douglas. That one kind of was very confusing, in my opinion. I do understand we have a lot of depth at the cornerback position, but in my opinion, he looked better than Keyshawn Nixon. He's looked better than Nevin Lawson. I'm not too sure why that was made. In my opinion, he had a great second half against the Rams. Not too sure why that one happened. That's the one that really confused me, because I really do think that he's a guy that can really help us, man. I really do. I really wasn't too sure with that one. But another person that you see moving on from the cuts, we are down to 80 players now, so we did make all the final cuts. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. I don't really remember the other guys, but those were the three guys that kind of brought to my attention. Now, for those of you guys who may not know, or for those of you guys who do know, a couple days ago, I believe it was Sunday morning, the Raiders, there's been multiple reports about the Raiders were interested in making a trade for Khalil Mack, right? And as we know, John Gruden, year one, comes in, trades away Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack, right? Khalil Mack was like the Raiders' prized possession. For a lot of you guys, probably your favorite player. And coming off this offseason, right, where we see ourselves go out and get a Quentin Jefferson, a Yannick Ngakoue, a Casey Hayward, all these defensive guys, right? It's kind of funny to me that John Gruden was like, hey, we made the trade to you guys, but is there a way that we can get him back, right? Now, from my understanding, Derek Carr had a presser not too long ago. It's interesting because in Derek Carr's presser, he did mention that Gabe Jackson structured his contract in a way that it would allow the team to keep Khalil Mack. He said that he structured his contract in a way for the team to allow to keep Khalil Mack. So it's kind of interesting to me that we reached out to them. Of course, a lot of the Chicago Bears fans now are going to be like, oh, well, we clearly won this trade. They want the guy back. You don't usually see that often. But it's honestly really interesting, right? Because obviously our pass rush isn't what it needs to be. And Gruden said it himself, man. You don't find pass rushers like that everywhere. But we had one, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, and we let him go. So I kind of wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on that. And a little bit more back to the roster cuts. Like I said, with Darius Stills, I am going to speak about the defensive tackle room for a quick second because I kind of feel like right now, in a sense, I know every coach is going to have favorites. I know every coach is going to have guys that they like. And I know that kind of stuff. I really do. But in my opinion, favorites needs to go out the window when you haven't had a winning record in a long time, when you haven't won in a couple of years. And I think that favorites needs to go out the window, and you need to understand who's playing better and who's not, right? And shout out to Kendall Vickers because he put on a great second half. But a guy that you guys know I'm not too fond of, Solomon Thomas, in my opinion, obviously, he won't get cut. But I just feel like Kendall Vickers and Darius Stills have put together better drives in their limited amount of time than a guy like Solomon Thomas. But we all know Solomon Thomas is going to stay on the roster. It is what it is. What I do like, and it sounds bad, but what I do like about the Marcel Ateman cut is I'm getting a sense that they're probably believing in DJ Turner, and DJ Turner brings a lot to the team, right? He had a pretty big punt return in the Rams game, so you love to see that. He's already making his impact. That's what he was kind of drafted from Pitt to come do, was to be a kick returner / punt returner, because as you know, if we do let Jalen Richard go, we will no longer have a guy that can return kicks, quote unquote. Now we bring in DJ Turner as a kick returner, punt returner. But what I really, really like about him is that first game against the Seahawks, he showed that he can play. In this second game, he continued to show that. Yes, he didn't have a big catch like Zay Jones. Yes, he didn't have a big catch like Marcel Ateman. But we're talking about within the yards, right? Trying to move the chains. DJ Turner has proved that he can do it, right? And I don't think he has one drop pass in the preseason. That's very big. You know, we have guys like Keelan Doss, Marcel Ateman, that those guys have dropped a couple, maybe 2 or 3 passes already in the preseason. So with the cut / wave, I think it is, of Marcel Ateman, I kind of feel like, okay, well, maybe they're willing to give our undrafted free agent out of Pitt, DJ Turner, a chance, and I would love to see it. A reason why I think that he could make the roster over them, simple. He adds something to special teams when Marcel Ateman and Keelan Doss really don't. And he's not just on the kicking return team. He's on the punt return team because he's a return specialist, right? So that's very, very good, right? I like to see that kind of stuff. I also like to see, with the release of Rasul Douglas, maybe Keyshawn Nixon has really taken a leap. We saw him make a couple good tackles in the preseason so far, but I mean, I feel like Rasul Douglas, he was like your prototypical kind of guy that you would want in the cover 3 defense, a corner that really, really, really likes to tackle. You know, had a career high, I believe, over 60 tackles last season. So I'm not too sure what went on with the Rasul Douglas one, but maybe guys like Keyshawn Nixon have really stepped up. So maybe they just thought, hey, let's get younger. Let's, move some money around. We got Keyshawn Nixon. Let's keep him. But those were my thoughts, right? I mean, it is what it is. Things happen. It's the NFL. It's a business. So be it. But what do you guys think, Raider Nation? Do we bring Khalil Mack back? Do we reunite him with Derek Carr? What do you guys think about the roster cuts that we've had so far? After this preseason game, the roster will need to be cut down from 80 all the way down to 53. But of course, 16 players will go to the practice squad. So we will have a good amount of these guys that get cut or waived on the practice squad. And we will be able to, just like last year, elevate 2 people on game day from the practice squad to the 53-man roster. So therefore, on game day, you'll have 55 men on the field or on the sideline being able and eligible to play in that day, right? So it is what it is, Raider Nation. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Also, let me know what other kind of stuff you guys would like to see on this channel. But without further ado, Raider Nation, that'll be it. I can't wait. Raiders versus Niners. Fun time. Let's go. Blackout Santa Clara. I will be a part of that. I'm be wearing my Derek Carr jersey, all that kind of stuff. But until next time, Raider Nation, like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I'm out. Peace.